Okay, Luke David Blumm, how's it going? Well, we're promoting The Optimist. You had you're in this one. How was the taping experience here?
Yeah, I mean, this movie was amazing. Filming it was probably definitely the most incredible movie I've ever filmed. We got to shoot it in Prague, which was amazing. That was the first time I'd ever been out of the country before. Um, so I went up there, and there was amazing food, and I brought my family with me. That was great, just being up there. But actually being on set, it was a really great group of people. The director, Finn Taylor, is like such a sweetheart, so amazing. And he really made the experience very enjoyable for me. He made just everybody on set just made it so fun for me. So I appreciate all of them for that.
Today's video is sponsored by The Vibe, everyone's favorite at work or on the go radio station, playing Spanish and English hits from the 80s till now all day long. Turn it up, keep it here, and feel the vibe by following the QR code on your screen or tap the link in the description.
You've really come out of nowhere. This is your first experience?
This movie was the first movie that I filmed this movie was one of my first like really, really big roles. I had a movie that I filmed right after this called Lost on a Mountain in Maine. And that one actually came out like a couple of months ago, so you should go check that out as well.
So the film was financed, produced, and played by Janine Thomas, who had no prior filmmaking and accomplished it. How was it working with her? I mean, was she on set all the time, or was she hands off?
No, she was always on set. She had a very active role in this, which was amazing. You rarely see that, especially not with producers, but she like single-handedly was like, I'm going to turn Herbert Heller's story into a movie, and then she did it. She made the experience so much more fun. She brought such a personal feeling to the set and to the character, just because she knew the actual Herbert Heller so well. It was amazing working with her. She's one of my favorite people I've ever worked with. She's incredible.
Okay, well, you know what? You're right. You are not an overnight success. Like everybody in Hollywood, you had to pay your dues, didn't you?
Yeah, I wish I was, if only.
The Walking Dead, 2019, was there for one episode. How did you get that?
Yeah, that was my very first role.
That was your first role. And how did you land that role? Did you have to audition, or were you just in the neighborhood?
Yeah, so I had been auditioning like a year prior. Is when I started auditioning. I was 8, and then I got that job when I was 9. I was living in New York before when I first started auditioning, and then I was auditioning for that whole year, and then I moved down to Atlanta, which is where I live now, and I basically immediately got that job just because it was local, and but it still took a while of auditioning to get it. That whole year was, if you got to keep auditioning for that first while. It could take like 3 years to get your first job, but once you get that first job, things usually pick up from there. I was lucky that it only took a year, honestly.
It only took a year, and and a lot of people have to do a lot of background and be on set doing all kinds of miscellaneous craft
especially
services.
For kids. Yeah, there's just not as many jobs for kids either, so it's just like
How old were you when you first got on the set?
Yeah, I was 9 when I did that, and when I first started filming this movie, The Optimist, I was 12.
Are you going to school, or do you have a tutor, or do you still go to class?
We filmed this movie over the summer. During the school year, you're required to have 3 hours of on-set tutoring. So the movie hires a tutor for me. But this one was over the summer, so I got to skip past all that. But I am still studying. I'm about to take my first SAT in like 3 days. So that's going to be really fun. It's a lot to balance, but it's fun still. Just being able to act is amazing.
This character that you have, can you tell us a little bit about what he's going through?
Yeah, so his name's Herbert Heller. He the movie starts out, he is a little bright-eyed, very hopeful, cheery boy. And then throughout this whole thing, he gets sent into the camps. He loses his family, and he goes through just so much. But the whole movie is about the fact that he went through all of that, but he can still come out on top. Like the title of the movie says, he was an optimist. And because of that, he was able to make it out just on sheer willpower and hope. And I think that's something that all of us can, be a little better about.
Now, are you a method actor? Do you put yourself into this character, or did this character pull things out of you?
I'm basically like as far from a method actor as you can be, honestly. Everybody always says when I'm on set, like Finn Taylor, the director of this movie, he always says, like, when I was on set, I was running around, just bouncing around, just acting like a kid. And then as soon as he said action, I locked in and I focused. And so that's kind of how I am with acting. I just think that I work best if, I just let everything kind of take its course, kind of just let the emotions come through the words, just let it happen as it happens.
So is this something you wish you known when you first started acting, or is it something that you picked up over time?
Yeah, it's kind of something that I just was like, obviously I've gotten better at it, but I was just able to be like that when I first started acting. I've obviously gotten a lot better at acting, but being able to go like in and out of, like being in character throughout the scene, that's something I've always been good at doing. And I think that really influences my acting style and the way that I approach acting as, like a medium of art. I just think acting is, it's very unique compared to most other arts, especially in the way that I like to go about it. So I think it's very fun.
Did you go to school? Are you a theater head, or do you take classes, acting classes?
Yeah, I've never taken acting classes. My dad just kind of like taught me everything that I needed to know. He's very awesome for letting me act in the first place, and then also like going with me through auditions and jobs. A lot of work for him, just as much as it is for me, because he has to deal with me. I'm very grateful for that, and all of the acting advice and all of the coaching that he's given me. That's what's made me the actor I am now.
Is he on set all the time? Is he a tiger dad?
Yeah, he's always on set with me, but we have an amazing relationship. We just kind of hang around most of the time. It's very fun. The only time that he ever says anything is if he's like, Luke, calm down, just like a little bit. I think that's very funny. I love having my dad on set. He's my set buddy.
Do you have to like temper down your happy-go-lucky self to really fit the mold for this character?
Well, that's the great thing about Herbert, was that he also was just like a happy-go-lucky guy. That's what made him so unique in that situation. That's what allowed him to like, escape and be able to tell his story years later and change the lives of so many people. Because it's inspiring that he went through so much, but then was still able to make the best of it, still inspire people and help people with the pain that he still carried. And I know that helped him as well. Herbert was kind of just like me, so it was very easy for me to portray him.
What did you learn working on this film?
I learned a lot. Obviously, this is a true story, and I think that's one of the biggest tragedies with kids right now. We're not taught much about the Holocaust, like any type of public school system. I think that's terrible. I think that we need to learn about the past, obviously, to prevent things like that from happening in the future. I think it's a very important thing to learn about, and we don't learn about it. I was not made aware of anything about the Holocaust other than the fact that it was a bunch of Jewish people got killed during World War II. But that's such the most meaningless information when you actually learn about the real tragedies.
Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you on the big screen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
If you're enjoying this content and would like to support the Jose Candelario Show, here are a few ways you can donate and help us keep creating more interviews, stories, and community content. Your support truly makes a difference. And thank you.